I think that's a huge thing. A lot of people do a lot of soul searching in their early stages of that period where you're looking to tap into the market. And we're very fortunate that we were able to find each other and find our career directions quite early on. And that gave us, I guess, a little bit of a head start because we were able to get into the full-time working space earlier. And now that we had the direction, that helped us a lot.
But you're not looking for the big mansion from the get-go. You've gone, okay, I want to get an investment. I want something that's going to make me money. Naomi, you've said, I want somewhere to live. Yeah. Now, that's not going to be the best house immediately. Yeah. So where do we go? What does that look like? Knowing that, I assume that eventually you might sell that principal place of residence and buy something a bit bigger, a bit closer to town or whatever. But so I assume this comes from your quarterly spreadsheet dates, because I don't know how two people like yourselves would even start thinking that way. Like, is it like take me to these spreadsheet dates, because I'm very intrigued at what they look like and how the conversation goes. Because the minute again, I keep bringing this back to my relationship. Sorry, Tina, I love you, babe. But we'll sit down and have a spreadsheet date, and it becomes very fiery. Like, why did you buy this on the credit card?
It's hard.
So like,
I enjoy nice things. It is hard, but I think it's important to have those conversations openly, because I think for me, I had goals, but I didn't realize the financial aspect to them, and so I think it's more realizing, okay, if this is our goal, how can we get there, and what does that look like now? What are the steps that we need to take? And everyone has different goals. So
I just I've always seen this aspect of my life as like a bit of a game, and like I really want to get good at playing the game. And so there's things I can do. I can practice. I can get other people to help me teach me how to play this part of the game. And it's just, what can I do to get ahead in this part of my life? And I'm very fortunate that I found myself in a finance role. I never wanted to be an accountant, actually. I just kind of found myself.
It was so funny when we were first dating. He was still in the phase where people would ask him what he does for work, and he'd be like, I work in finance. He didn't want to say accountant. You're like, you're proud of it.
Yeah. No, I'm proud of it now, and it's taught me a lot. And I can forecast really well. So I've built like a Excel file that pretty much forecasts what our bank balance is going to be in the next 6 months.
Well, it's especially important with the travel we're doing. I was more just like, is this even feasible? Do I need to live within my means? Is this, will it work? And so you looked at our income, you looked at what we're spending and what we'll need to, and basically just forecast whether it was going to be a possibility.
I was just at that point, I was just scenario testing. I was like, if we get this house, we'll have this much to travel with in 6 months' time. If we want to do this much travel, we can only afford this house. And there was a big period where I spent a lot of time thinking about all that stuff, and eventually we started making decisions, and making the right decisions makes it easier to make decisions down the track because you're juggling less.
I might ask you for a clean sheet of that Excel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I try and do similar. I'm learning so much from this kid. I feel so like, anyway. Yeah. I do the same thing, but I'm always looking back.
Yeah.
But whereas you got to sort of look forward as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you can look back and you can learn a lot from the past, but at the end of the day, you can't change the past. So you got to be forecasting. And if your forecast isn't reaching where you want to be.
This is Jason He, the 6 Years voice in property, here to tell you that the Property Now podcast offers opinions on Australian property news for informational and entertainment purposes only, and general in nature. It does not take into account your objectives, financial situation, or needs. It does not constitute professional advice. Always seek expert guidance before making any property-related decisions.